1, 2, 3, 4.
It is official. Donald Trump is the most unpopular president in U.S. history, and it's not even close. I don't understand why it took 2 presidential terms for Americans to see this. If you just watch him speak for more than 5 minutes, you know he's speaking at a second-grade level. I just don't understand why it took this long, but at least we are making progress because all of the polling indicates he is deeply, deeply unpopular, borderline hated across the country and across the world. His poll numbers are tanking. U.S. favorability across the world is also tanking thanks to Donald Trump. Let's take a look at Harry Enten breaking down Trump's disastrous poll numbers, and then we'll react.
The lowest that any president has been this century going into a State of the Union at this point in their presidency. It is also the weakest that Donald Trump has ever been with independents. Look at this drop. We've been talking about it the past few months. At this point, a year ago, Donald Trump was at minus 13 points. Look at this. Minus 47 points among independents, the lowest Donald Trump has ever been in either of his 2 terms as president.
So as you can see, Donald Trump is cratering with independents. He's also cratering with young voters, women voters, black voters. We're going to get into more of the polling in a second, but take a look at this map of Trump's approval across the world. Negative 72 to negative 50 all over Europe, Asia, negative 47 in China, negative 60 in South Asia, negative 21, negative 47 in the UK. Absolutely disastrous polling across the world. And here in the United States, it is no better. Take a look at Fox News breaking down Trump's overall approval. Complete disaster. Take a look at this video.
A new poll shows 60% disapproval of Trump, and this is just ahead of his State of the Union address, which is tomorrow.
60% disapproval of Donald Trump, the most unpopular president by far, bar none, hands down. And while this is going on, Donald Trump is at a gathering for families of victims of foreign crime. And at this gathering, he's doing a speech and he's talking about his poll numbers because, of course, he's at a gathering to help victims of foreign crime and he can't help but talk about himself. And while he's doing this, he's saying that all the polls are fake. He's saying all the polls are fake. The 60% disapproval of these Rasmussen polls, which are right-wing polls, the Fox News polls, every poll, they're all fake, right? In that he saw one today but can't name it. He saw one poll today that said he's at 40%. He said that he's not at 40%. Where's the poll? What's the name of the poll, Donald? He can't even name the poll. He's just so full of shit. He can't even name the poll. Completely pathetic. What a loser. Okay, so now he hasn't, and this is all happening, right, for many, many reasons. The corruption, the enriching himself while he's president of the United States, pardoning drug dealers and criminals, no jobs created in 2025, right? Manufacturing jobs completely tanking. Take a look at this. U.S. had almost no job growth in 2025. Zero, almost zero. And he's on stage complaining about poll numbers being fake. No, Donald, they're not fake. You're just completely disastrous for the United States and the U.S. economy. Take a look at this. George W. Bush lost 3,500,000 manufacturing jobs. Obama brought in 1,405,000 manufacturing jobs. Trump, under his first term, lost 212,000 manufacturing jobs. Biden brought it back up to 610,000. And then again, Donald Trump tanking manufacturing jobs, 110,000 manufacturing jobs lost. His whole tariffs were a complete scam. They were attacks on Americans, and now he's wondering why his polls are tanking. Well, he's not wondering publicly, because publicly he's saying he's in perfect shape and that all the polls are a lie because he's a child, and that's what Donald Trump does. But this is the reason why his poll numbers are tanking, because every economic indicator is going in the wrong direction. Like, it's just any president with two brain cells would know that if the economy tanks, your poll numbers go down. And so job growth is near zero. Manufacturing is in decline. Youth unemployment is destroyed. I mean, take a look at this. This is $1,000 Americans have paid in tariffs already. The average family has paid $1,000 in tariffs, and this year it's going to be $1,300. Well, not anymore, because the Supreme Court struck it down, but it looks like he's going around the Supreme Court now and using other means to enact his tariffs. But we've already paid $1,000 in taxes because of these tariffs. And so Americans are seeing everything more expensive. So obviously the poll numbers are going to come down. That's just how it works. Completely pathetic, everything. Take a look at this. The underemployment rate for recent college grads is up 42.5%. Okay, the rate also matches the level seen during the 2008 financial crisis. Furthermore, 52% of all college graduates are underemployed upon initial entry into the job market. Okay, so the economy is doing bad. Americans cannot afford groceries. Americans cannot afford their rent. Americans are having problems with affordability. And Donald Trump is going on TV and doing this.
Hello, everyone. It's President Donald J. Trump, and it's Trump time. Check out this red beauty. It's one of my new watches. Wear it proudly on your wrist, and everyone will know exactly what it's for, who it represents. It's really going to be something special. It's for your favorite president. Get your watch today at gettrumpwatches.com. Please make a great gift. It's Trump time.
There you go. This is why his poll numbers are the worst out of any president ever. He's so out of touch. He's a complete lunatic. He's a rich billionaire that's so out of touch with Americans, average Americans, middle class, lower middle class, blue collar workers. He's out there selling watches when the economy is imploding and people can't afford groceries. I mean, this is like some dystopian reality. We have a snake oil salesman as president. He's literally using the presidency to sell Trump watches. This is beyond insanity. Beyond insanity. I've never seen anything like this in my life. I've never seen anything. Actually, that's because it's never happened. A president has not come out during an economic crisis or ever to sell their own products on national TV while president. Trump just blows my mind every single day. More and more and more, my mind is blown every day by Donald Trump because of how absurd he is. Anyway, if you believe in fighting for the working class, blue-collar workers, if you believe in anti-fascism, anti-political corruption, anti-corporate greed, please consider subscribing, liking the channel, leaving comments, and supporting the channel. I'm a small channel. I could use your help, use your support. If you like this video, please consider doing that, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.